There
Okay.
you found that the constable was cursed by a mask and was actually the one behind the raids that were taking place around the town. You got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was actually the one behind the raids that were taking place around the town. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was at the Tribor Arm. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was at the Tribor Arm. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Once you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found that the constable and from there was cursed by a mask and was the bard is singing. You have plenty of gold jingling in your purse. Since you arrived back in town, you got paid, made a little bit of money, found
Sounds like a good place to get started.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and say, is that it?
She kind of stands up too and says, yes.
Sounds like a good place to get started.
And I wish you all safe travels.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and
Petros
say,
will ask,
is that it?
what do you suspect this mysterious thing is?
Good place to get
She
started.
kind of looks down at the table a little bit and kind of looks up at you.
Petros will ask,
that it?
what do you suspect this mysterious thing is?
Well, there are old superstitions of a strange monster that is called terror. That is said to
Petros will
haunt in the
ask,
fields.
what do you suspect this mysterious thing is?
Do you have any books about
There
this
are
creature?
old superstitions of a strange monster. I'm afraid that I do not, but I would encourage you to ask around town. You know, people talk, and they might be able to provide more insight.
Do you have any books about
than I
this
am able
creature?
to. Superstitions of a strange monster.
Do you
I'm
know
afraid
of
that I
anybody
do
in
not,
town
but I
who's
would
educated and
encourage
perhaps
you to ask
would
around town.
specialize in
People
mythical
talk,
creatures of this sort?
they might be able to provide more insight.
Do you have any books
I
about
am
this
afraid,
creature?
again, I do not. People are not
Do you
always
know of anybody in town
forthcoming
who's educated and
with
perhaps
information.
Oh,
would
good.
specialize in
People of my
mythical creatures of this
And
sort?
turning them
if you
down
would.
in Discord, so
Do you have
I
any
think
books
that
about
I am
helped.
afraid, again, I do not. People are not
Do
always
you know of anybody in town
if you
who's
ask around
educated
town
and perhaps
with information.
Oh,
would
good.
specialize in
People of my
mythical creatures
I would
And
encourage you
turning them down in
to
Discord,
speak
so
with
I
Dora.
think that
I am
helped.
afraid, again, I do not. People are not
Do
always
you know of anybody in town
if you ask
All right,
around
I'm gonna
town,
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna start
Okay.
specialize in
Yep,
people of
let's
my
head and see if we can find
And
Doran.
turning them down in Discord,
speak
so
with Dora.
I think that
I am
helped.
afraid, again, I do
Oh,
not.
Good idea.
I'm sure
know
if
of
you
anybody in town
I'm sure
All right,
you will
I'm
not
gonna
need
head
any
I'm gonna
healing
stand up and I'm
potions.
gonna start
Okay.
specialize.
Yeah,
Fine.
last time we
Let's
started
head
to come
and
back
see
from
if we can
Sure,
find
I
Doran.
thought
Turning them
KTM
down in
would like
Discord, so
yeah.
I think that helped.
All right.
Good
So
idea.
you can find shops in this town. I'm sure
I'm
sell
gonna head I'm gonna
everything
stand up
in the
and
player's handbook.
Yeah,
They
last
are
time we started
limited
to come back
See if we can
to
find Doran.
Turning them
KTM
down
would
in
one
like
healing
Discord,
potion per
so
person.
I think that helped.
All right.
Good
So
idea.
you can find shops in this town.
Like
I'm
what?
sell
I'm gonna head I'm gonna stand
everything.
up
You can
and
buy
I'm gonna
those and just deduct them out of your inventory, or add them to your inventory and deduct your money. One healing
Yeah, they're
potion per
like
person.
they're 50 gold pieces a piece, right?
All right.
Good
That is
idea.
correct. You can find shops in this town.
Like what?
Sell everything. You can buy those and just deduct them out of your inventory, or add them to your inventory and deduct your money. One healing
Yeah, they're
potion per
like
person.
they're 50 gold pieces a piece, right? I'm greedy, so I'm gonna decline.
That is
because I
correct.
don't know when
You
to spend
can
that money.
find shops in this town.
Like what?
Sell everything. You can buy those and just deduct them out of your inventory, or add them to your inventory and deduct your money.
Is that in the DMG?
They're 50 gold pieces a piece, right? I'm greedy.
Yeah, it's
so
in
I'm
the
gonna
PHP.
decline
That is
because I
correct.
don't know when to spend that money.
Under adventuring gear?
Like what?
Yep, under adventuring gear.
Post it.
Yeah, if you just hit the items button on the
Is that
side
in the
and type in heal,
DMG?
They're
it'll
50
pull up
gold
potion
pieces a
HP.
piece, right?
Ah,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is
Yep,
2d4
under
plus
adventuring
2
gear.
hit points.
just
Post it.
Yeah, if you just hit the items button on the
Is that
side
in the
and type in heal,
DMG?
it'll pull up potion HP.
Ah,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is
Yep,
2d4
under
plus 2
adventuring
hit
gear.
points.
just
Post it.
Yeah, if you just hit the items button on the
Is that
side
in the
and type in heal,
DMG?
it'll pull up potion HP.
Ah,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Post it.
You just, yeah, if you just hit the items button on the
Is that
side,
in the
like in heal,
TMG?
it'll pull up post XP.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Post it.
You just, yeah, if you just hit the items button on the
Is that
side,
in the
like in heal,
TMG?
it'll pull up post XP.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is 2d4 plus 2 hit
All
points.
right, looks like everybody is pretty much done
Hit the
shop.
items button on the
Is that
side,
in the
like in heal,
TMG?
it'll pull up post XP.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is 2d4
All
plus
right,
2
so
hit
where
points.
do y'all head to
Everybody
first? Is pretty much done
Hit the
shop.
items button on the
We'll go to town and look for Doran.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the PHP.
Under adventuring gear?
Which is 2d4.
Okay, all right, so where do y'all
And
head
do you
to
remember where
first?
Dorn
Is
was?
pretty much done shop.
There is an inn.
We'll go to town and look for Doran.
Can I do a history check to see if I know where it is?
Okay, all right, so where do y'all
And
head
do you
to?
remember
Yep,
where
she actually
Dorn
told you.
was?
It is at the 6 windows.
There is an inn.
We'll go to
Okay.
town and look for Doran.
Can I do a history check to see if I
So
know where
let's
it
head
is?
to the 6 windows,
Okay, all
gentlemen.
right, so where do y'all
And
head
do you
to?
remember
Yep,
where
she actually
Dorn
told you.
was?
It is
Is
at
that the inn
six
we just came
windows.
from?
There is an inn.
We'll go to
Okay.
town and look for Doran.
It is not. Y'all were at the
Can I do a
Tribor
history
Arms,
check
I
to see if
believe.
I
So
know where
let's
it
head
is?
to
Yeah,
the
that's
6
what you said, the
windows,
Tribor
gentlemen.
something.
Where do y'all
And do
head
you
to?
Okay,
remember
so
where
this is a
Dorn
totally different
was?
town than.
It
Is
at
that
the
the inn
6
we just came
windows.
from? Melvin or
No,
whatever?
it's the same town, just
it
a
is
different
not.
end.
Y'all were at the
Kind of Tribor
Can
is
I do a
it's
history check
rather
to see if I
rather
know where it is?
large
Yeah,
town.
that's what you said, the
windows,
Tribor
gentlemen.
something.
Okay. Okay,
Lady?
so this is a totally different town than. Is that the inn we just came from? Melvin
So
or
y'all,
whatever?
it's the same town, just
Come
a
inside
different
the
end.
inn. You
Kinda
see
Tribor
the
is
you got the
it's rather
bartender
large
behind
town.
Yeah, that's what you said,
the
the Tribor
bar
something.
cleaning
Okay. Okay, so this is a totally different
the
town than. Is that
mugs
the inn we
out,
just came from?
and
Melvin
So
or
y'all,
whatever?
and the
it's
barmaid
the
kind of
same
comes up
town,
to y'all and
just
says,
come
"Greetings.
inside
What
the
can I
inn.
do for you
You
this
kinda see
evening? Welcome to
you
the
got
6
the
windows
bartender rather large
behind
Yeah,
town.
that's what you said,
the
the Tribor
bar
something.
cleaning
Okay.
Why do they
Okay,
call
so
it the
this is a
Six
totally
Windows?
different town than. Is that the
mugs
inn we
out,
just came
and
from?
she
Melvin or
kind of
whatever?
looks at you.
The
The
barmaid
barmaid
kinda
kind of
same
comes up
town,
to y'all
just
and
come
says, like,
inside
"Are you
the inn.
what can I do for you
You
this
kinda
evening?"
see
She turns
the
around and kind of does her
6 windows
hand in like
behind
a
the
look at this
bar
motion, and
cleaning,
you see
Why do they
6
call it the Six
windows
Windows?
lining the back wall. Mugs out, and she kind of looks at you
the
for a
barmaid
minute,
Okay.
kind of comes up to y'all and says, like, "Are you?
What
You
can I
must
do
not be
for
from
you?"
around
She
here, are
turns
you,
around and
sir?"
kind of does her hand
No, I
in
am
like
not.
Look at this motion.
that
And
explains
you
Oh,
see
well
Why do
done.
they
6
call it the Six
windows
Windows?
lining the back wall. Mugs
They
out,
don't have
and she
windows
kind
back
of
there.
looks at you for a
Okay.
minute, kind of comes up to y'all and says, like, "Are you? You must not be from around here, are you, sir?" So our prices
No, I
are
am not.
3 copper pieces a mug. That
Oh,
would you
well
like to
done.
have a seat, and I can bring you out some?
They don't have windows back there.
Yes, and we are looking for Dorian. You must not be from yes, Doran. He is staying here in
No,
one
I
of
am
our
not.
3 copper pieces a mug. If
Oh,
would you
well
like to
done.
have a seat, and I can bring you out some. I will bring you
They don't
out
have windows
some
back there.
mugs of yes, ale, and we are and go looking for fetch them for Dorian. you, if that is okay. You must not be from yes,
Super.
Doran. He is staying here in
No,
one
I
of
am
our
not.
3 copper pieces a mug. If
Oh,
so,
well
she
done.
takes you over to a table, sits you down, bring you out, goes get your mugs of ale, brings it back, sets it down in front of you,
Super.
and kind of dismisses herself, and comes back a few minutes later. She with a young-looking man goes get your rather gaunt, pale, and dark-eyed,
Super.
kind of dismisses herself, and comes back and kind of with a sad voice with a young-looking man. What can I do for you? Goes get your rather gaunt, pale, and dark-eyed.
Okay, so
Hello.
Kinda
We've been hired by
dismisses
the
herself, and comes back
the
and kind of with a sad
leader
voice
of Tribor
with a
Trail
young-looking man.
to search down a certain creature that you might have some information about.
Pale and dark-eyed.
okay, so
Hello. We've been hired by
Dismisses
the.
herself,
What can you tell me about
and
the
kinda,
attack on the
leader of
farm
Tribor
Trail to search down
So
a
he
certain
kind of
creature that
chokes
you
out
might have
some
some
words,
information about?
sobbing the whole time. 3 nights ago,
Hello. We've been
I was
hired
away.
by the. What can you tell
One
me
from home
about
visiting a
the
friend.
attack on the
When I returned the next morning,
search
I
down
found our little
a
cottage.
certain
He kind of
creature
chose
that you might
knocked
have some
flat.
information about?
And my darling Kelsey and
Hello,
our
we've
little
been
babe were
away.
missing.
What can you tell me
from
about
home visiting a friend.
attack on the
I returned the next morning.
I stay here now
I found
at
a little
night,
cottage
and
kind of chose not flat.
and during the day I go
my
and search for
darling
them, but I
Kelsey
have not been able to find them.
missing.
What can you tell me about
Visiting a friend.
attack on the
I
returned the next
I stay here now at night, and I would be happy to take you. And during the day I go and search, but I have not been able to find them.
Yeah, but first, what do you suspect is close?
I stay here now at night, and I would be happy to take you. And during the day I go and search, but I have not been able to find them.
Yeah, but first,
It must
what
be
do you
the
suspect
terror.
is close?
The terror of Tribord must be behind it. That is the only explanation.
Oh, we're not from around here, so can you elaborate a little more? Can you describe this terror? Yeah, but first,
It must
what
be.
do you
I
suspect?
cannot describe it because nobody has ever seen it. But we are sure that it exists.
Oh, we're not from around here. So what kind of destruction is it known for? This terror? Is it usual MO to knock down houses
I cannot
and
describe
kidnap
it
people?
because nobody has ever seen it. Yes, it is. Among many other horrible things that I cannot care to
Oh,
discuss.
we're not from around
Please,
here. What kind of
please, I will guide you to my
destruction
home,
is it known for?
but do
This
not
terror?
make me suffer the
Is it
memory of
usual
this
MO
anymore.
to knock down houses
I cannot
and
describe
kidnap
it
people?
because nobody has
Would you
ever
not suffer the
yes,
same memory
yes,
at
it is.
your
Among
home?
many other horrible things that I cannot care to discuss.
What kind of
Please, I would, but
destruction is it known for?
but do not make me.
Is it
But hopefully, I can
usual
take
MO
you
to
and
knock
show
down
you,
houses
and you will
Would you
find
not
my
suffer the
wife
same
and my
memory at
baby
your
like I
home?
have been unable to, and put me at ease. I
What kind of
please,
we're
would,
just
but
fucking with you. Let's go.
but do not make me. But hopefully, I can take you and show you,
I want to get a cast.
you will
Would you
find
not
my
suffer the
wife
same
and
memory
my
at
baby
your
like I
home?
have been unable to, and put me at ease. So how many how many
we're just
mugs
fucking
would you
with
say
you.
are
Let's
in a
go.
cask? But
Uh,
hopefully, I can take you
let's
and
say
show
10.
you, and
I want to get a cast.
you will
Would you
find.
not
All
suffer
right,
the same
so
memory
that
at
would be
your home?
30 copper pieces. Put me at ease. So how many how many
we're just
mugs
fucking
would you
with
say
you.
are
Let's
in a
go.
cask? I would have to look at the
Let's say
conversions.
10. I don't have any copper pieces on my thing.
All right, so that would be
Conversions is 10.
30 copper pieces.
All conversions are 10.
So how many how many
we're just
mugs
fucking
would you
with
say
you.
are
Let's
in a
go.
It would
cask?
take 10 gold pieces to make one platinum, 10 silver to make one gold, 10 copper to make one silver.
On my thing.
All right, so
Conversions is 10.
30 copper pieces.
All conversions are 10.
So you how many
we're just
mugs
fucking
would you
with
say
you.
are
Let's
in a
go.
cask? On your way to the
10
house,
gold
drink
pieces
some
to
out of
make
this
one
cask,
platinum,
and you
10
notice
silver
that
to make one
this
gold,
ale
10 copper to
is
make one
rather
silver.
watered down, rather poor of
Conversions is
quality.
10. All conversions are 10.
I'll make
So
a
you how many
we're just
mugs
fucking
would you say are in
have
a
a
on your way to the
10
house,
gold
drink
pieces
some
to
out of
make
this
one
cask,
platinum,
and you
10
notice
silver
that
to make one
this
gold,
ale
10 copper to
is
make one
rather. So
silver.
Doran leads you to his cottage,
Conversions
at the
is
center
10.
of his farm,
All conversions
and
are
it's
10.
a few hundred feet to the east of town, and you see that it is completely knocked flat.
Oh wow.
So Doran leads you to his cottage
Petros
at the
asked
center of
him,
his farm,
"Are there any
and
marauders
it's a
in
few
the
hundred
area
feet
that may have done
to the
this
east of
besides
town, and
this
you see that it is
terror of
completely
tribute?"
knocked flat. He
Oh
answers
wow.
no. That leads you to his cottage.
Petros asked him,
Most
"Are
raiders
there
do
any
not would not
marauders
come this
in
close
the
to
area
town
that may
because
have
of
done this besides this
the
terror of
Lord
tribute?"
Protector. He
Oh
answers
wow.
no.
And does the Lord
That
Protector have
the
soldiers out protecting the
most
area? Are
raiders
there
do
any
not would not
marauders
come this
in
close
the
to
area
town
that may
because
have
of
done this besides
they do, but
the
the watch
Lord
is rather small. He answers no.
And
At
does the
night
Lord
when these
Protector have
occurrences seem to happen.
soldiers out protecting the
Most
area?
raiders
What
do
were you
not
out
would
doing
not
at night?
come this
in
close
the
to
area
town
that may
because
have
of
done this besides
they do. He was visiting a rather small a friend at
Does the
night
Lord
when these
Protector have
occurrences seem to happen.
soldiers out protecting the
Most
area?
raiders
What were
do
you
not
out
would
suspicious
not come
night?
this close to town because of they do.
He
What
was
kind of feeling do I get? Is this guy
visiting
pretty genuine?
a small a
Yeah,
friend
Like,
you do at
does the
night
Lord
when these
Protector
he was
have
seem to happen. He was visiting. He was staying the
what were
night at
you
a
out
friend's house and
suspicious
Nice,
night?
returned the
Draco.
next morning. He
What
was.
kind of
Go
feeling
ahead
do
and
I
give me
get?
an
Is this guy
insight
pretty
check in the
genuine?
tower. Draco, what do you?
like-
do? What do you?
Um,
He was
just testing out a
he
skill. Really
was
trying to find
visiting.
out
He
how
was
much
staying the
time
night at
it
a
is.
friend's house and
Nice,
returned the
Draco.
next morning. Yeah, Haran, you believe him?
What kind of
Go
feeling
ahead
do I
and give me
get?
an
Is this guy
insight
pretty
check in the
genuine?
tower.
Alright, I kind of want to look around the house.
What do you? He was
Just
all right,
testing
give
out
me
skill
a
for
perception
business,
check.
like make sure
Staying the
I'm
night at a friend's house.
Nice regular.
And then I
Yeah,
would also
Haran,
like to
you
encourage the
believe
group
him?
to go ahead and see if they can find anything around the house as well.
Yeah, I'd like to
Alright, I
look
kind of
around
want to look
too.
around the house.
What do you?
Um,
All right,
just
Seraphina, go ahead and give
testing
me a
skill for
perception.
business,
Seraphina, give me a perception check.
Nice regular.
And then I would also
Haran,
like to
you
encourage the
notice
group
that
to
there
go ahead
are
and see if they
claw
can find
marks
anything around the house as
on the
well.
door
Yeah, I'd like to look
and
around
two of the
too.
walls.
The house.
Bilby would like to look
Um,
as well.
Seraphina,
Seraphina,
go ahead and give me a
perception.
you see quite a bit of foot tracks around, but you're unable to really make out anyone that on the kind of stands
Yeah,
out.
I'd like to look
And
around too.
everybody else that was saying that they wanted to look, go ahead and give me perception checks as well. Seraphina, you're
As far as these claw marks, can you be a little more descriptive of them? Like how far apart are they?
Foot
Is it like
tracks around, but
a
you're
push?
unable to really make out anyone that on the kind of
Yeah,
they
I'd
look to be clawing like something might have been trying to get inside. Perception checks as well.
So they're like on the door. As far as these claw
Yes.
marks,
Yep.
can you be a little more descriptive? Are they pretty far apart? Are they pretty close? Is it like a push?
To really make out anyone.
I'm-
You mean
I'm trying to gauge how big this
clawing
thing's
like
shoulders
might
are,
have been
basically,
trying to get
and then
inside.
how high.
I
So
gotcha.
they're like on the door. As
They
far as
look
around
to
claw marks,
be
can you be a little more descriptive? Are
about
they pretty far
humanoid
apart?
height
Are they close?
and
Is it like
size.
a push? 5 fingers.
You mean
I'm trying
yes?
to gauge how big this thing's shoulders are, basically.
And I will ask him how often this
I
So
gotcha.
they're like on the door.
They
As far as
look
around
to
claw
be
marks,
the village.
Are
about
they pretty far apart?
humanoid height
Are they close?
and
Is it like
size. He says that
5 fingers?
it seems to always be around the time of Saint Osmond.
Shoulders are, basically.
And I will ask him how often this
And
like
through everybody's searching, you are finally
the
able
village.
to see some footprints that appear to be leading to the north. It seems to always be around
Humanoid?
the time of Saint Osmond. Yes, they
And
appear
I
to
will
be
ask him
small.
how often this
And through everybody's searching, you are finally able to be a small some footprints that appear like the footprints, those of maybe a female or a small child, something like that. They appear to be small. And through everybody's
barefoot or
searching,
shoes?
you are finally able to be a small
shoes.
some footprints that appear like the footprints, those of maybe a female or a small child, something like that. Appear to be small.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
wanna-
I'd follow as well.
Barefoot or shoes? Yeah, I'm gonna follow, but I'd like to point out that whoever left, or if this was the woman's tracks, then she had time to put on her shoes. And I also want to point out that I had noticed that the creature was roughly medium sized.
Yeah, I think
wanna
I'd follow as well.
Barefoot or shoes? Yeah, I'm gonna follow, but I'd like to point out.
Right,
that,
so you all
whoever
track the
left,
footprints.
or if this was the woman's tracks,
We're about
then
a
she
half
had
a
time
mile
to put on
north
her
of the
shoes.
cottage.
And I also want to
And
point out that
there
I
you
noticed
end
that
up
the creature
finding
was roughly medium sized.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
wanna-
I'd follow
young
as
lady
well.
Barefoot or shoes? Yeah, I'm gonna follow, but I'd like to point out
right,
that
with the baby. You all
whoever
track the
left,
footprints, and she appears to be, kind of in
half a
the
mile
north of the cottage, sitting on the
And I also
ground.
want to point out that
There you
I
end up
noticed
holding her
that the
knees,
creature
and the
was
baby
roughly
close,
medium
kind of
Yeah, I
rocking
think
back
I'd
and
follow
forth,
as
young lady.
Yeah,
Kind of catatonic
the
baby. You all track the
And
footprints.
I would approach and ask if she's all right.
Kind of in the mile north of the cottage, sitting on the ground. And she just kind of has the deadlights and just kind of stares and kind of rocking back and forth, young lady, and answers, but doesn't really make any kind of coherency.
I would approach and ask if
Go ahead and
she's
give
all
me
right.
give me a medicine check, Seraphina. Sitting on the ground, and she just kind of has the deadlights.
So does the guy
and
react when he sees his wife and child?
rocking back and forth, young lady. He does. And he doesn't really make any kind of, just starts crying and runs to her
approach and ask
and
if
hugs
she's
her,
all
and
right.
she's just kind of unresponsive. Seraphina, you recognize this as being that she
Does
is
the guy
suffering
react
from
when he
shock,
sees his wife and child?
and maybe a mild form of amnesia, and will not just be of any use to tell you anything. And hugs her, and she's just
Are there any markings on her body?
Seraphina, you recognize there are not, other than just being traumatized by what she went through. There appears to be no harm.
I'm
and will not be of any use to tell you anything. And hugs her.
Yeah, I'd also like to look on her body.
All right. There or not. You can either each give me survival, or one of you can do it with advantage if the other helps. She may be either appears to be no harm. And will not be
+3.
of any use
I have
to
plus
tell
3.
you anything.
Go ahead.
I'll give him advantage.
Yeah, I'd
That's
also
okay.
like to
Go
look on her
ahead.
body.
All right. There or not. You can either each
And
give
do I
me
suspect
survival, or one
that
of you can do it
laying on hands as a paladin might help her give us some help?
Nice.
No,
+3.
not
I have
really.
plus
It's
3.
just
Go ahead.
something that will
Yeah, I'd
happen
also like
at
to
this
look on her
time.
body.
All right. Haran, you are either
And do I
you are
suspect
unable
that
to locate
laying
any
on hands
other
as a paladin
tracks.
might help her give us some help?
Nice.
No,
So it's
not
just her
really.
set
It's
coming out here and
just
that's it?
something that is correct.
Yeah, I'd
That's
also
okay.
like to
Go
look on her
ahead.
body.
Almost Haran, you are
And do I
you are
suspect
unable
that
to locate
Well, maybe
any
if we
other
go back to
paladin might help her
the
give us
collapsed
some help?
house, we might find some other tracks there.
No,
So it's just her
really.
set
It's
coming out here and
just
that's it?
something that
Well, I
is
thought we
correct.
didn't find
That's
anything
okay.
but claw marks. I mean, we were all
Almost
looking for tracks.
Haran, you are y'all. If you were to return, you
Well,
wouldn't
maybe if we go
find
back
any
to
other
the collapsed
any other
house, we
tracks.
might find some other
Is
tracks
there
there.
anything, so
So
between
it's just her
her
set
and this
coming out here
path
and
on the
that's it?
house, if we
Well, I
follow
thought
a
we didn't
straight
find
line,
anything but
or
claw
looking
marks.
out in a straight
We're all
line,
looking
do we
for
see
tracks.
anything in the distance?
Yeah, y'all. If you do not,
Well,
other
maybe
than
if we go back to
just back into town, you see
the
kind of a
collapsed
busy
house, we might find
marketplace.
some other
Is there
tracks
anything,
People
so
going about their
between
business, but
her
other
and
than
this
that,
path on
nothing
the
out of the
house,
ordinary.
if we
Well, I thought
follow
we
a
didn't
straight
find
line,
anything but
or
claw
looking
marks.
out in a straight
We're all
line,
looking
do we
for
see
tracks.
anything in the
Nope,
distance?
the baby is still alive. If you do not,
Well,
other
maybe if
than
we go back to
just
the
back into town,
So she
you
walked
see
from
kind
the
of
house
a
towards
busy
the town?
marketplace.
Is there anything,
People
so
going about
between
their
her
business,
and
other than
this
that,
path on
nothing
the
out of
house,
the ordinary.
if we follow a straight line, or
to the
looking
north,
out in a straight line, do we see anything? And north
kind
of us is the
the
town?
baby is still alive. If you do not, other
Maybe
than
if we go
let's
back
see
to
here. Back into
So
town,
she
you
walked
see
from
kind
the
of
house
a
towards
busy
the town?
marketplace.
Is there
His town, his
she ran
farm is to the east of town, a few hundred feet to the north, and then
north of us
she
is
ran
the
about a
town?
half mile to the north. You're a little
So she
northeast of
walked
town.
from the house towards the town?
So Doran
His
was looking
town,
for
his farm is to
during
the
the
east
daylight, and
of town, a
she was
few
pretty
hundred
close
feet
to
to
his
the north,
home. So
and then
can we
she ran
assume
about a half
she
mile to
was
the
in
north.
some woods or somewhere nearby
You're a little
looking
northeast
around?
So she
of
walked
town.
from the house towards the town?
Yeah, she was
So
in some
Doran
thick
was
brush.
looking for
You kind of get the feeling
during the
that
daylight,
Dorn
and
is not
she was
much
pretty
of
close to his
a
home. So
tracker, and then
can we assume she was
and
in
probably
some
wouldn't
woods
have
or somewhere nearby
couldn't
looking
find
around?
much of anything.
From the house towards the
So
Yeah, she
Petros
was
is going
in
to walk
some
along the
thick
bushes
brush. You
nearby
kind of get
and
the
see
feeling that
see if
Dorn
he can see
is
any
not
tracks
much of
along that
a
that
tracker,
area.
and then
Can we assume
you
she
do
was
not see
in
probably
some
wouldn't
woods or somewhere nearby
couldn't
Are there any
find
So,
much
farms
of
nearby?
anything.
So Petros is going to walk
There,
along
yeah,
the
there are
bushes
some other
nearby and
farms,
see
but they all the
see if
people
he can
from
see any
them seem
tracks along that
to not be
area.
there. Everybody seems to be going about their business in town.
Woods or uh, somewhere any luck with my owl? nearby
Couldn't
Are there any
find
so
much
farms
of
nearby?
anything.
So Petros is going to walk
There,
along
yeah,
the
there are
bushes
some
that you're
other
whispering and
farms,
see
but
if
they all
he
I
can
see it.
see
All the people from them
any
seem
tracks along that
not.
area.
Yeah, you kind of confirm that the only tracks coming up here were hers.
Woods or
any
luck with
And
my
that
owl?
those were the only
Farms nearby?
ones leading away from the
So
house.
Petros is going to walk
There,
along
yeah,
the
there are
bushes
some other
that you're
so
Raptors just
whispering
lift
and
the
yeah, yeah, I see
child
it.
up
Seem to
and say we'll take him back to town.
yeah, you kind of confirm that the only tracks coming up here were hers.
any luck with my
And that
owl?
those were the only yeah, Dorn kind of he suggests that maybe
there
there are some other you escort them back to the six windows and then continue your investigation in town while he tends to his wife and yeah, Dorn kind of he suggests that maybe
I want to just ask some in the party
you
in
escort
general. Is
them
like,
back to the
are any of
six
us pretty
windows
good
and then
sweet talkers?
continue your investigation in town while he tends
So
to
that's
his
intimidation,
wife
not persuasion.
and
Yeah, we're not really looking.
he
I'm not
suggests
thinking
that
scaring
maybe
people.
I wanna
I'm
just,
like, I'm
some
thinking,
in
can
the
we
party in
can we
general,
consider
like,
this a
are any of
completed
us pretty
quest
good
at this point?
sweet
If we can
talkers?
sweet talk,
Continue
because
your
she didn't really believe in the monster to begin with.
in town while he tends
So
to.
that's I'm not intimidation, not persuasion.
Yeah, we're not
Trained
really
in
looking. I'm
persuasion,
not
but I
thinking
have a
scaring
plus one.
people. I'm thinking,
I'm
can we
good at persuasion. I just
consider
I'm
this a
not quite sure
gratuitous
what you're
quest
getting
at
at.
this point? If we can sweet talk,
Because
we were
he
sent to
didn't
go
really believe in
find
the monster to begin with.
the wife and child.
While he tends
So
to.
that's I'm not intimidation, not persuasion.
Yeah, we're not
Trained
really
in
looking.
persuasion,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
it's
have
a
a plus
little
one.
human-sized thing and
I'm
scratched on
good
their
at
door.
persuasion.
She just
I
walked
just
away.
I'm not quite sure what you're getting at.
If we can sweet talk, we were sent to go find
Why was it scratching
the
on the
wife
door?
and child.
While he tends to.
It's cold outside last night, probably.
Not persuasion.
Yeah, we're not
Trained
really
in
looking.
persuasion,
Yeah,
but I
it's
have
a
a plus
little
one.
human-sized
So you think
thing
she
that
let it
scratched
in
on their
and ran
door.
away?
She just walked away.
I'm not quite sure what you're getting at.
No, I think it knocked the house down. We were sent to go find
Why was
Yeah, I
it
think we should
scratching
go
on the
to
door?
town and ask around a little more to see
It's
if
cold
anybody
outside
else
last night, probably.
has info on what this thing is and where it might
It's a
be
little
denning
So
up.
you think she let it in and ran
Did
away?
anybody look at the scratch marks?
No, I think it
Anybody
knocked
look
the
at the
house
scratch
down.
marks to see what to try to identify
Yeah, I
what
think
kind
we
of
should
creature
go
it
to
was?
town
and
Yeah,
ask
medium
around a little
height,
more to see
5
if
fingers.
anybody else has info on what this thing is and where it might
I don't know. I'd imagine a
be
bugbear
denning
So
or
up.
you
something
think she let it
that
in and
size.
ran
Did
away?
anybody look at the
10
scratch
claws.
marks?
No, I think it
Anybody
knocked the
look at the
house
scratch
down.
marks to see what to try to identify
Yeah, I
what
think
kind of creature it was?
town
and
Yeah,
ask
medium
around a little
height,
more to see
5
if anybody
fingers.
else has info on what this thing is and where it might
I don't know. I'd imagine.
Was the
a
Alright,
house
so
bugbear.
made
you
out of
think
hay
she let it
with
in
straw?
and ran
Did
away?
anybody look at the
Claws.
scratch
No,
marks?
it was.
Bad
It was.
to try to
Yeah,
identify what kind of
it was
creature
made
it
out
was.
of wood.
Yeah, medium height, 5
All
fingers.
right.
Well, if we have any brick houses falling down, then we got a problem. I'd imagine.
Was the
a
house
So
made
you
out of
think
hay
she let it
with
in
straw?
and ran
Did
away?
anybody look at the scratch
No,
marks?
it was. Escort them back to town.
Bad wolves.
Yeah,
It
Dorn thanks you profusely.
Medium height, 5
All right.
fingers.
Buys
If
you
we
a
have any
round
brick
of
houses
watered
falling
down
then we got a
ale
problem.
and
I'd imagine.
Was the house made out of hay
Think
with
she
straw?
ran away?
suggests that maybe you head toward the market square. Escort them back to town. That seems to be where the most people are, and that you will probably be able to find
All right.
more information there about what the hell is going
I'd imagine.
Was the
on.
house made out of hay
And
with straw?
All right, we head
suggest
out
that
that
maybe
way.
you head toward the market square. Escort them back to town. That seems to be where most people are, and that you will probably be able to find.
I was just gonna say I have a plus
more
4 in
information there
persuasion if
about
we need to use
what the
that
hell is
on
going
any.
Was the
on.
house made out of hay
And
with straw?
All right, we head
suggest
out
that
that way.
maybe you head toward the market square. Escort them back to town. That seems to be. Draco, you can definitely give me one. You'll probably be able to find.
I was just gonna say I have
Alright,
a
so
plus 4 in
you
persuasion if we need to
head
use
to the market square.
Was the house made out of
Um,
hay?
and Draco, you do
Yeah.
not know of any. You so what kind of questions do you ask
Draco, you can definitely give
the
me,
people that are around?
I was
What
just gonna
kind
say
of
I have a plus
information
4
y'all try to prod out of the market square?
I want to see if
a usual thing
and
that
Draco,
happens a
you do
lot?
not
Is this
know of any.
unusual?
You so what
Are there
kind
stories
of
of
questions
monsters
do
in
you
the
ask
city?
the people that are around?
I was
What
just gonna
kind
say
of
I have a plus
information
4.
y'all try to prod out of the market square?
I want to see if anyone's selling any
thing that
trinkets
happens
of
a lot?
protection for
Is
this
this
creature, and then
unusual?
I'm gonna ask them more about it.
You
Has anybody
so what
seen
kind of
this
questions
beast?
do you
Monsters in the
ask,
city?
the people that are around? Serafina, you asked that to a young lady
I want to see if
who introduces herself as
protection for this
Westra
creature,
Great
and then I'm gonna ask them
and
more
tells
about
you
it.
how she is a
Has
dairy
anybody
farmer.
seen this
Stories of
beast?
monsters in the city?
And she says, "You know what is funny that you ask me about that? You see, about a week ago, I was awoken by some strange sound. Who introduces herself sort of like an animal, but sort of not. And tells you how she is a when I went outside, I saw this gray figure on the edge of my field. Funny that you asked. About 100 yards away. I was so scared. See, about a week ago, I couldn't even move. I was so scared. Who introduces herself? After a few moments, the creature it moved on and when I went outside, I was soon out of sight. This gray figure on the edge of my field. Funny that you asked. About 100 yards
Would you
away. I was
be able
so
to show us
scared.
where it was and which way it was
I
going?
couldn't even move. I was so scared. After a few moments, the creature I'm afraid that I cannot. I'm busy here in the marketplace. She kind of leans in a little bit to you so
Would
nobody
you
else can
be
hear.
able to
and
show us
says,
where it was and which way it
all
was
this trouble
going?
began when the apothecary, Tamrock Felsker, started meddling around that old graveyard. Busy here in the marketplace.
Do you have a description of this beast?
Leans in a little bit to you so
Would
nobody
you
else can
be
hear
able
him.
to
He
show us
says,
where it
Apothecary?
was and which way it
all
was
this trouble
going?
began when the apothecary,
Is that what you're
Tamrock
referring to?
Felsker,
The
started
description?
meddling around.
No, I was asking if she's
old
seen what it looks like.
graveyard. Busy here in the marketplace.
Do you have a description of this beast?
Just that it was a gray figure standing on the edge of the
Apothecary?
field.
And which way it
All
was
Did you
going?
notice any smells?
when the apothecary,
She did not. Is that what you're
Tamrock
referring to?
Felsker,
Yards away.
started meddling
Being a
around.
no, I was asking if she's seen. Would I know anything about this being having to do with undead? Maybe.
Just that it was a gray figure. Give me
It certainly has to do with undead,
Did
don't
you
you
a
notice
think?
history check.
when the apothecary,
She did not. Is that what you're referring to? Yards away.
started meddling
Being a no, I was asking if
You
she's seen. Would I
would
know
not.
anything about this being having to do with undead?
Can I ask her,
Just that
you know,
it
what
was a
she thinks the
give
apothecary's been doing at the
me
cemetery? Has to do with undead, don't you
a
think?
history check.
when the
I don't know, and the whole time she's kind of whispering this to you,
Being
but
a no, I was
nobody
asking
else
if
around
would I
her
know
is
anything
hearing.
about this being having to do with
I
Can I
undead?
ask
don't
her,
know
you know, what
what's
she thinks the apothecary's
what
been doing at
what
the
they are
cemetery?
doing there,
With
but
undead, don't you think?
history check. But they do have an old ramshackle. And the whole time she's kind of shop on the east side of town. I suggest you go there and you visit hearing.
I think we should investigate the
I
apothecary.
I don't know what's
I want to say very loudly, thank you for telling us about the
doing
suspicious
there, but-
activities at the apothecary.
they
We'll
they
have
do
that.
have an old ramshackle. She kind of stomps her feet down and gives you this eat shit look and just kind of storms off.
I don't know what
Of all the
I want to say
nerve.
very loudly, thank you for telling us about the suspicious activities
Still, I
at the
think the
apothecary.
apothecary
We'll have
first.
Was that the barmaid?
She kind of stomps her feet down and gives you
The dairy
this,
farmer.
this eat
Oh,
shit
dairy
look
farmer.
and just kind of
I'm
storms
gonna
off.
leave
Of all
like
the
2 gold
nerve.
Say
pieces at her
very
front
loudly,
step.
thank you for telling us about the suspicious activities
Still, I
at the
think the
She
apothecary
was
first.
in town, so you kind of just toss it on the ground, kind of stomps her feet down and just
Dairy
somebody
farmer.
else picks it up.
Dairy
I
farmer.
pick it
Of all the nerve.
I thought we were at her front door, so.
Still, I think the apothecary
She
first.
was in town, so you kind
I
of
seem to recall doing that last time too. I don't remember who put gold down, but dairy
somebody
farmer.
else.
I think I minor illusion
I
gold
picked it up.
picked it up.
Someone threw some doing I want to head.
I thought we were at her front door, so.
Are you guys
Still, I
going to the
think
apothecary?
apothecary first.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I seem to recall doing that last time too. I don't remember who put gold down. I was thinking we should also
I
check
think I minor
the
illusion
graveyard.
gold.
Yeah, the cemetery too.
Someone threw some. Specifically, I want to check. I want to head this saint. Are you guys going to the apothecary?
We should check that box.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I seem to recall doing that last time too. I don't remember who put gold down. I was thinking we should also. DM, are they on the way?
Yeah, the
Or is
cemetery
there?
too.
Which one's closer? Someone threw some. Specifically, I want to check. I want to head this saint. Are you guys going to the apothecary?
Is closer.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I seem to recall doing that last time.
Why doesn't everybody give me
We should also.
a
DM, are they on
stealth
the way?
check and the tower?
Which one's closer? Someone threw some. Specifically, I want to check. I want to head this saint. Are you guys going to the apothecary?
Is closer.
Yep.
I seem to recall doing that last
Why
time.
doesn't everybody give me
We should also.
a
DM, are they on
stealth
the way?
check and the tower?
Which one's closer? Someone threw some. Specifically, I want to check. I want to head this saint. Are you guys going to the apothecary?
Is me 1 second, please. Why doesn't everybody give me
And all of a sudden, the bard starts
a
strumming on his
stealth
lute.
check? That was totally coincidence. It's kind of funny. Is me 1 second, please.
We're supposed to be moving in stealthily. Be quiet with that lute. And all of a sudden, the bard starts strumming. Oh, now you're singing!
That was totally coincidence. It's kind of funny.
We're supposed to be moving in
Alright.
stealthily. Be quiet with that lute. And all of a sudden, the bard. It would be funny if we. Oh, now you're singing!
So you all begin to set out, heading towards the apothecary. When you turn around and stumble into
It would be funny if we.
an apple cart. So you all and
begin to set out. The gentleman that was kind of there selling the apples turns at y'all and says, "Ian, stumble into
what in the hell? Why don't
you watch where you're going?" An apple cart. So you all
We tried not to upset the apple cart, but
begin to
we're big.
set out. The gentleman
I'm
that
small.
was kind of there
I'm
selling
drunk.
the apples turns at y'all and says,
I want to know what he's doing with an apple cart in the middle of the path.
Why don't you watch where you're going? An apple cart.
Maybe we're walking in the middle of the road. We tried not to upset the apple cart, but we're big.
So is it like tied up to horses, like it's a moving thing, or like it's just his cart just set up in the middle of nowhere? I want to know what he's doing with an apple cart in the middle of the path.
Set up, actually in the way.
Maybe we're walking in the middle of the road. We tried not to upset the apple cart.
Oh, it's
We're big.
So is it like tied up to horses, like it's a
So
moving
he
thing, or like
he
it's
kind of
just his cart just
stands
set
up,
up in the middle of nowhere? I want to know what he's doing with an apple cart.
and he's actually a little bit taller than you would suspect. Actually in the way, and drops, kind of pulls his hood all the way down and takes out
So is it like tied up to horses,
this great axe, and you see that he kind of
half cart just
stands
set
up.
up in the middle of nowhere?
And he says,
I'll show you who's big, you
disrespectful
sons of bitches.
And everybody rolls his hood all the way down and takes out
So is it like tied up to horses,
this great axe. And you see that he kind of
half cart just
stands
set
up.
up in the middle of nowhere?
And he says,
Come here to
I'll
sell
show
my
you
apples,
who's
and I
big,
can't
you
even do that.
disrespectful
Sons of bitches.
And everybody rolls his hood all the way down and what a half orc can't earn an honest living.
I want to question his sexuality.
Truth be told, you're not
And
very
he
bright.
says,
Come here to sell my apples, and I can't even do that.
You're a bit slow too. Says the half
Kobe,
elf.
you're up. What a half
I
orc
am
can't
going
earn an
to
honest living.
ready
I want to question his sexuality.
and wait for him to do
Told
something
you're not very bright.
Come here to
aggressive,
sell my apples, and I
offensive,
can't
like
even do that.
hurt somebody. As soon as he attacks somebody, I'm
You're
gonna
a
let
bit
him.
slow too.
Okay.
Says the half
Kobe,
elf.
you're up. What a half
I
orc
am
can't
going
earn an
to
honest living.
ready. Yeah, I think
I want
I'll
to question his
glass.
sexuality.
All right, Draco.
Come here to sell
Same
my
thing.
apples, and I
Holding
can't
a
even do
spell in
that.
case
Hurt
he
somebody.
does
As
anything.
soon as he attacks somebody, I'm
Okay.
You're a bit slow
Iran.
too.
Okay.
Says the half
Kobe,
elf.
you're up. What a half
I want to
orc
jump up on
can't
top
earn
of his
an
apple
honest
cart.
living.
ready. Yeah, I
I
think
want
I'll
to question his
glass.
sexuality.
All right.
Wait for
I
him
don't
Okay.
know why.
And then just really taunt him.
Holding a
That's
spell.
it.
Making apple cider.
Prepare an attack if he comes at me.
Okay.
But
All
Slow.
right. Give me
taunt him.
give me an intimidation check.
I want to jump up on top of his apple cart.
Didn't you want to talk your way out of things before? Now you're instigating things.
Okay. He's the
And
one
then
that
just really
instigates
taunt
it,
him.
then talks
That's it.
himself out
Making
of it.
apple cider.
Prepare an attack if he comes at me.
Okay.
But no, I'm just
Yeah,
being a dick to him
give me
because
an
he's an
intimidation
orc
check.
selling apples, and I kind of think that's pretty lame.
Didn't you want to talk your way out of things before? Now you're
All
instigating
right,
things.
Braxar. He's the one that
I'm gonna try and
instigates it, then
grapple him to
talks
the ground.
himself out
Making
of it.
apple
Like
cider.
grab all of him and
Prepare
throw
an
him onto
attack
the
if he
ground.
comes at me. But
All right, so go ahead and
I'm
give
just
me
being a dick to him.
athletics or
He's an orc
acrobatics.
selling apples, and I kind of think that's
Acrobatics.
pretty lame.
Didn't you want to talk your way out of things before? Now you're
All
instigating
right,
things.
Braxar. He's the one that
I'm gonna try and
instigates it, then
grapple him to
talks
the ground.
himself out
Making
of it.
apple
True,
cider.
grab all of him and throw him onto the ground.
It did not. That was all right. So go ahead and give me
being a dick to him.
athletics or
He's an orc
acrobatics.
selling
All right,
apples,
so you were
and I think that's pretty lame.
successfully able
Didn't you want to talk your way out of things
to
before? Now you're
grapple him.
instigating things.
Braxar.
No, calm the
He's
fuck
the one
down.
that
I'm gonna try and
instigates it, then
grapple him to
talks
the ground.
himself out
Yeah,
of it.
true, grab all of him.
Prepare an
It did not. That was is that it?
being a dick to him.
Athletics. All right, Serafina, what would you like to do? Successfully able to grapple
I
him.
would like to tell him I'm very sorry we've disturbed his sales and see how much damage he thinks we've done. Maybe we
It
can
did
pay him
not.
off.
Is that it?
Being a dick to him.
All right, Serafina, give me a persuasion
I would like
check.
to tell him I'm very sorry we've disturbed his sales and see how much damage he thinks we've done. Maybe we
It
can
did
pay him
not.
off.
So he kind of tells you to give me to be quiet. All this is your fault.
I would like to tell him I'm very
wanna look at
sorry
her
we've
accusingly.
disturbed his sales.
what
and
is
see
my
how
fault?
Much, damage he thinks we've done. Maybe we can pay him off.
It's you
So
damn elves.
he kind
it's
of
all
tells
always your
to
fault.
to give me
to be quiet. All this
Ah,
is your
I
fault.
see.
I
Stereotyping. Well, I'm going to ready my bow in case he gets free. Damage he thinks we've done. Maybe we can pay him off.
It's you
So
damn elves.
He
It's all you,
tells
always your
to,
fault.
to
Petros.
give me,
To be quiet.
So
All
Petros
this
Ah,
is your
is
I
glad
see.
that the mountain dwarf is the one that
Stereotyping.
grappled him since he's not
Well,
an
I'm
elf.
going to ready my
And I am.
bow in case he gets free.
I say we're looking for the Terror of Tribor.
It's
Can you help
it's
us
you
in
damn
any way?
elves.
Do you know anything
It's
about
all
this
you,
creature?
always your fault.
Petros.
To be quiet.
So
He
Petros
he
Ah,
kind
is
of
I
glad
see.
that the
spits on the
mountain dwarf
ground in
is
your
the one that
direction.
grappled him.
It's your
He's not
fault
an
too,
elf.
every one of you.
And I am.
In case he gets free.
I say we're looking for the Terror of Tribor. What is our fault? Can you help us
you
in
damn
any way?
You
Do you know
knocked
anything
over my
about this
damn apple
creature?
cart. It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
So Petros,
he
Ah,
kind
we
of
offered to help
spits
you
on the ground in your
put
direction.
the apples
It's your
back in the
fault
cart.
too, every one of you.
Why do you continue to be violent? I say we're
Sounds
looking
like a
for the
grumpy
Terror
old
of
man
What
that
is
we
our
stepped
fault?
on his
Can
grass.
you help us in any way?
You
Do know
knocked
anything
over
about
my
this
damn apple
creature?
cart. It's a
Give
conspiracy.
me a persuasion check.
We offered to help you
Spits on the ground in your
put
direction.
the
I
apples
like
back
that this
in
is
the
going
cart.
on, and I'm like literally in
Why
the
do you
car
continue to be
on his
violent?
apples.
I say we're
Sounds
looking
like a
for
grumpy
the
old
Terror of
man.
What is
It's
our
you
fault?
damn
Can you
elves
help
and your
us in any
skateboards
way?
on our sidewalks. That's where it starts.
Give me a persuasion check.
See, he's a grumpy
We
old
offered to
man.
help you put the apples
I like
back
that
in
this
the
is
cart.
going on, and I'm like literally
Why
in the
do you
car
continue to
You
be
ride
on his
around
apples.
on your horses, blaring your loud music.
What
Nobody
is our
wants
fault?
damn elves and your skateboards on our sidewalks. That's where it starts.
So we're on our way.
Persuasion check.
See, he's a
Good
grumpy
luck
old
with
man.
your wares. We need to move on.
I like that this is going on, and I'm like
Yeah,
literally
see,
in
we
the car
ignore this grumpy old
You
orc.
ride
on his
around on
apples.
your
I don't want to
horses,
murder somebody
blaring
in
your
town and have
loud
the
music.
guards
Nobody
after
wants damn elves and your
Are orcs real
skateboards
people,
on our
though?
sidewalks. That's where
Really?
it starts.
So we're on our way.
He's a half orc, so he's half human.
Good
So
luck
yes.
with your wares. We need to move on.
I like that this is going on, and I'm like
Yeah, see,
literally
we
in the car
ignore
What
this
do you got
grumpy
against
old
You
orc.
ride around on your
I
horses,
don't want to murder somebody
blaring
in
your
town and have
loud
the guards
music.
after
Nobody wants damn elves and
Are
your
orcs real
skateboards
people,
on our
though?
So if
sidewalks.
we just
Really?
walk away from him, is he gonna try to attack us
He's a half
rear
orc,
as
so
we
he's
walk
half
away?
human.
Good
So
luck
yes.
with your wares. We need to
Um,
move on.
I don't know if he will.
I don't want to murder somebody in town and have the guards after
Well, I
Won't
think
know if
one
this
half
plan
orc.
works until
So
it
if
bites you in
we
the
just
butt.
walk away from him, is he gonna try to attack us
He's a half
rear
orc,
as
so
So I
he's
tell
half
Braxar, hold him down while we move along, and then release him.
I don't know if he will.
If he messes with you, we're
Won't know
behind
if
one
this
half
plan
ready to go with you.
works until
So
it
if
bites you in
we
the
just
butt.
walk
I mean, I
away
pretty
from
much
him,
thought that's what we had in mind here the whole time.
So I
I
tell
just don't want the
Braxar,
guards after
hold
us.
him down
We're in
while
the
we
middle of
move
town.
along, and then release him.
Self-defense.
I don't know if
There are consequences to murdering people
If
in
he
town.
messes with you, well, if he
Won't know if
attacks
this
us, yeah,
plan
he hasn't
works
attacked us
until
yet.
it
He just
bites you
yelled
in
at
the
us.
butt.
I mean, I
If he
pretty much
attacks
thought that's what we had in mind
Braxar
the whole
after he
time.
releases him, we'll
I
swarm him.
just don't want the guards after us.
Hold him
We're
down
in
while
the
we
middle of
move
town.
along, and then release him.
Self-defense. I want to point out that there's an
There are
alley nearby.
consequences to murdering people in town.
Well, if he attacks us, yeah,
Works
he hasn't
until
attacked
it
us.
bites
Just
you
yelled
in
at
the
us.
butt.
I mean, I
If he
pretty much
attacks
thought
us,
that's
What
what we
are
could
our
sell the car.
alignments?
we'll
I
swarm him.
just don't want the like lawful evil in the middle of town.
Self-defense. I want to point out that
Alright,
there's
so
an alley
Petros,
nearby.
what would you like to do, sir?
I'll let the rest of Braxar decide and move my
I pretty
turn.
much thought that's
What
what we
are
could
our
sell the car.
alignments?
Alright, so he is going to attempt to break your grapple there, Brexar.
I want to point out that
Alright,
there's
so
an alley
Petros,
nearby.
what would you like to do, sir?
I'll let
So-
the rest of
Yep, so
Braxar
you
decide
would,
and move my turn.
Yep.
We could sell the car.
Alright, so he is going to, I believe if I'm breaking grapple. Okay, so you are still able to
I want to point out
hold him down. What would you like to do, sir? So he kind of kicks at you a little bit, and you've got him in a bit of a leg lock of sorts. Kind of got his head between your. Okay, so you are still in an arm in a headlock to hold him down. Got him all tangled up, and he kind of sighs for a minute and says, "You've got him." I'm sorry. I of a leg lock of sorts. Kind of got his. I let my temper get the best of me. I apologize. If you would please just
Just help me up. Help me pick up my things now. I'll be on my way. I'm sorry.
Of a leg lock of
Let him
sorts.
kinda
You know,
lead two
God is.
things.
I let
I'll
my
tell him,
temper
if you go
get
for
the
your
best
weapon
of me.
again, I won't just grapple you, I will
I
smash you.
apologize.
Two, I'm
If
still
you
willing
would
to
please
reimburse you for your damaged goods.
just help me up. Help me pick up my things now. I'll be on my way. I'm sorry.
I'll
Of a leg
Ah,
lock of
let him
sorts.
Fine.
lead two things.
Very
If
well.
you go for your weapon
There's
again,
no
I won't
need
just
for
grapple
it to
you, I will
reimburse me.
smash you.
I apologize.
Two,
I
I'm
was
still willing to
I was
reimburse you
adventurers
for your
once like
damaged goods.
yourselves.
Help me up. Help me pick up
And
my things.
just help me put my things back up, and and you can be on your way. Fine.
I'll sneak
Very
you.
well. There's no need for it to
I want to
reimburse
inspect
me.
his
I
kneecaps.
apologize. I was adventurers once like
Does
I
he have
will
yourselves.
any
mage hand
noticeable
smack
arrow
him.
wounds?
Just help me put my things back up, and
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Fine.
He
Very
took an arrow
very
to the
well.
knee.
There's no need for it to
I want to
reimburse
inspect
me.
his
I
kneecaps.
apologize. So you kind of sit there
I
Does he have
atop
will
any
mage
his
hand
noticeable
apple
arrow
cart,
wounds?
looking at him up and down all judgingly,
Investigation check.
and you get the
He
feeling
took
that
an
yeah,
arrow
he's
to the
probably
knee.
seen some adventures in his time.
I want to inspect his kneecaps.
Apologize. So you kind of probably knows how to swing that. Sit there
Does he have
atop
any
his
noticeable
apple
arrow
cart,
wounds?
looking at him
I'm
up
still
and
not
down all
impressed.
judgingly, and you get the feeling
With
that
that
yeah,
pathetic
he's
grappling
probably seen
display
some
of trying to
adventures
escape
in his time.
and then giving up, I don't think he's an adventurer. I think he's a liar.
Probably knows how to swing that. Sit there atop
And he
his
is an old
apple
man.
cart, looking at him.
It
No,
doesn't matter.
he's
I
still an
judge
older
him.
orc.
I'm going to accuse him of being half elf with that pathetic grappling display of
Hey
trying to
now.
Braxar is
so
you let him up,
I think he's a
Braxar.
liar.
So he's no longer grappled. What would you like to do, Braxar?
Gonna
And
give
he
him
is an old man.
your old elfin to his feet. And just
Okay.
tell him
It
like,
doesn't
No,
matter.
he's
"Sir,
still
I
an
judge
older
him.
orc.
we will
I'm going to
kill
accuse him of being half elf with that pathetic grappling display of
Hey
trying to
now.
Braxar is
so you
let him up, Braxar. So he's no longer
Ron,
grappled. What
there's
would you
no
like to do,
need to
Braxar?
rub it in that we're
give
he is
him
an old
your
man.
old elfin to his feet. And just
Oh,
So
I
tell
have
him
nothing,
he
nothing
kind
against
of
you.
Still
I
an
judge
older
him.
orc.
he kind of steps
I'm
over
gonna
to
accuse him of being
Haran,
half
kind
elf
of
with that pathetic grappling display
Hey
puffing
now.
his chest out, kind of gripping his axe a little bit, and he
Ron, there's no
what
need
is
to rub it in
what is
we're
that you want to
he is an
say to
old
me,
man.
human?
elfin to his feet.
I blow him a kiss.
So he
nothing
kind
against you. I judge him. I question
he
his
kind of steps over
sexuality
to
and then accuse him
Haran,
of being
kind
half
of
elf.
And then he gently
Hey
caresses
now.
your
his
cheek.
chest out, kind of gripping
All
his
right, go ahead
axe
and
a
give
little
me
bit,
give me another
what is
intimidation check.
what is that you want to say to me, human?
Elfin to his feet.
I blow him a kiss.
So he
nothing
kind
against
of
you. I judge him. I question his
kinda steps
Well, it
sexuality
depends
and
on
then
if he's
accuse him
a,
of being
what
half
his
elf.
sexuality is, because he might be gently
Hey
caresses
now.
your cheek.
All right.
All right, go ahead and give me
So he
intimidation check.
he kind of looks at you for a minute at your poor excuse for intimidation.
I blow him a kiss. I question his
Well,
sexuality.
it depends
and
on if he's
I don't know necessarily I
he
wasn't
is,
trying to
'cause he
intimidate so
gently
much as just
caresses your cheek.
be rude.
All right.
All right, go ahead and give me
So he let's see here. Maybe let's see here. What give me a charisma check then. Poor excuse for intimidation, and then let's hope that you do poorly.
I question his
Well,
sexuality.
it depends on if
see-
he's
I don't
see
know
how rude
necessarily
you
I
are.
wasn't trying to intimidate so much as just be rude.
You were rather rude to him. Let's see here. Maybe but his he's able to compose himself and handle himself and steps away.
I don't know necessarily I wasn't trying to intimidate.
We don't
That's
know.
a good sport.
And-
I'm betting on it. Be rude.
and tosses you each an apple and wishes you well and hopes that you but his learn he's able to compose and he kind of looks at Haran when he says this respect for your elders along the way and steps away because we might one day be there
I'm not trying to intimidate. That's a good sport.
and
I'm betting on
to
it.
help you and tosses you each an
I'll
apple
write in my
and
notebook.
wishes you
Ron has
well
just found himself a boy.
and hopes that you but his learn
I want to wink at him and walk away seductively.
Respect for your elders along the way. And he kind of turns to y'all and waves and says, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. And
Goodbye.
hopes that you but his learn
I want to wink at him and walk away
and
seductively.
Respect for
All
your
right,
elders
let's go
along the
find
way.
this.
He kind of turns to all of us and waves and says,
Did he
I
leave his
hate to
cart?
see you go, but I love he stayed at his car.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay. I want to wink at him and walk away seductively. All right. Do we have any general clue,
Alright,
like what the
let's go
building looks
find
like? Which one of those buildings might be an apothecary? There's some signs. Did he
Probably
leave
the
his
one that
cart?
smells like herbal remedies.
He stayed at his
Do I see any prostitutes nearby I can ask for directions?
for herbal remedies.
All right.
Yeah,
Do we have
they
usually
usually
general
prostitutes
clues, I
are,
would
like,
assume?
What the building looks like?
Which one of those buildings might be an
While you
apothecary?
don't
There's some
see
signs.
Probably the
his
one that
cart?
smells
an
like herbal
apothecary,
remedies.
you do see
Do I see any prostitutes
a
nearby I can ask
magician.
for directions?
For herbal remedies.
All right.
yeah,
Do we
they
have
usually
general
prostitutes
clues,
are,
I would
like,
assume?
What the building looks
Huh.
like?
Which one of those buildings might be an
And
While
we
you
all
don't
disappeared.
see,
He's good.
Probably
leave
the
his
one
cart?
that
you
smells
all
like
go
herbal
ahead
remedies.
you do see arrange yourselves
Do I see any
keeping to the
prostitutes
right
nearby
side
I
of
can
that
ask for directions?
and let me know kind of where y'all are.
All right.
yeah,
Do we
they
have
usually
general
prostitutes
clues,
are,
I would
like,
assume?
What the building looks
Huh.
like?
Which one of those buildings might be an
And
While
we
you
all
don't
disappeared.
see,
He's good.
Wait, which direction
So
we're
we're going
heading?
to a different
go ahead
direction.
To the right? Oh,
arrange
okay.
yourselves
Is it a male or
keeping to the
female?
right side of that and let me know
It
kind of where y'all
is
are.
yeah,
A
they usually
male.
Clues, I would assume?
What the building looks
Huh.
like?
Which one of those buildings might be an
And we all disappeared. He's good.
Hello, good sir. Do
Wait,
you know
which
where the
direction we're heading?
apothecary is?
To the right? Oh,
Arrange
okay.
yourselves
Is it a male or
keeping to the
female?
right
So
side
he
of that.
he says, "Yes, of course I do," and kind of
it
points back behind him a little
is
bit. It's just that way.
a male.
And he kind of says, "And for my next trick, I will summon a strange and
good.
Hello,
deadly
good sir. Do
beast
you know
which
where the
direction we're
from
apothecary
all
is?
the
right?
lands." And he
Oh, okay.
and people are kind
Is
of
it a male or
ooh
female?
and
So
ah
So
and stuff
he
like
says,
that.
"Yes, of course I
And
Is
he,
there- is there a
he
crowd?
kind of points back behind him a little
Yeah,
bit.
there's
It's
there's
just
a
that
crowd
way,
just off the
and
edge of the
he-
map.
He kind of says, "And
can't
for my
quite
next
see it."
trick, I will
So
summon
he,
a strange
As he
and
says that,
deadly
I'm minor
beast
illusion or something.
from all the lands." And he
Oh, okay.
so he says, "Hi, fellow magician, I see." And
Is there a crowd?
and he says a couple words, and you suddenly start to see the air in front of you shimmer
As he says that, I'm minor
as
illusion or
this
something.
beast appears.
So he
black
says, "Hi,
fur,
fellow magician, I
black
see."
as night,
Is there a
and
crowd?
red
He
eyes.
says a couple
Yeah,
words,
there's
and
it suddenly roars and leaps towards you. Everybody rolling
So he,
shimmer
Should I try and
As he
grapple?
says that, I'm minor
as
illusion or
this
something.
beast appears.
So he
Black
says, "Hi,
fur,
fellow magician, I
black
see."
as night,
I don't-
and red eyes.
Says a couple
Got
words,
triple rush.
And it suddenly
I don't believe this
roars
thing
and
is real,
leaps.
so I'm going to roll Arcana to see if it's an illusion.
You're gonna
All
grapple
right,
I get
go
I
ahead
get an
and
attack on it when it comes into range.
you know that this thing is real, and it just charged at Petros. Petros, go ahead.
Do I get to
Can you
make a
resend the
reaction?
map? I'm having trouble with
Towards
the
you,
map.
everybody
It's grayed out
rolling
still.
shimmer
Should I try and
As he
grapple?
says that, I'm minor
as
illusion or
this
something.
beast appears. Did that work for you?
So he
Black
says, "Hi,
fur,
fellow
and
Still
it
says
suddenly
loading.
I don't believe this
roars
thing
and
is real,
leaps.
so I'm going to roll Arcana to see if
All right,
it's an
we'll give it a
illusion.
second.
You're gonna
All
grapple
right,
I
go
get
ahead
an
and
attack on it when it comes into range.
you know that this thing is real. Try closing it out, and I'll push it back out to you.
Do I get to
Can you
make a
resend the
reaction?
map? I'm having trouble with
Towards
the
you,
map.
everybody
It's grayed out
rolling
still.
and it may just take a second to load up.
As
This beast appears.
I'll let you know as soon as it
Did that
pops
work
in.
for you? Black
Is a magician in the combat tracker
Still says
too?
loading.
I don't believe this thing is real. So I'm
He
going
is
to
not.
roll Arcana to see if
All right,
it's an
we'll
illusion.
he is an innocent bystander.
I
Go
get an
ahead
attack.
and-
Do I get my attack of opportunity on this thing?
Yeah, you do. Is it
you
doesn't
know
the polearm
that this
master
thing is
when it
real.
moves into range? Try closing it out, and I'll push
Correct.
it back out to you. Yep, yeah, go ahead.
Do I
I
get to-
was
Can you
waiting
resend
for
the
you to
map?
do it.
I'm having trouble with the map.
Opportunist.
It's grayed out still.
And it may just take a second.
Nice.
This beast appears.
I'll let you know as soon as it pops in.
Is a
Yeah, it's
magician
still not
combat
coming
target?
in. It's loading.
I don't believe this thing is real.
He is not.
Roll Arcana to see if
Alright,
it's an illusion.
He is an innocent bystander.
Might just have to wait for it to load.
Do I get my attack of opportunity on this thing?
So let's see here. It's going to bite out at you, Petros.
Try closing it up.
All right.
We'll bite you one. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. I was
Can you
waiting
resend
for
the
you to do
map?
it.
I'm having trouble.
Upper two
Read out.
still.
That may just take a second.
Nice.
And
I'll let you
it
know as soon as it pops
will.
Is a
in.
magician
Yeah, it's still not
combat
coming
target?
in. It's loading.
I don't saved against whatever it was.
He is not. Bite you again.
To see if it's an illusion.
He is an innocent bystander.
Might just have to wait for it to load.
Do I get my attack of opportunity on this thing?
Didn't say it.
So let's see here. It's going to bite out at you, Petros.
All right.
We'll bite you one. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of Fantasy Grounds and come back in because I've lost the chat too now.
That may just take a second.
Nice.
And it will.
Did
Yeah,
he
it's still
fail?
not coming in.
Yep, he failed.
Saved against whatever it was. He is also
Bite you
poisoned.
again. He is an innocent bystander.
Might just have to wait for it to load.
Do I get my attack of opportunity on this thing?
Didn't say it.
So let's see.
He's a
here.
death
It's
dog. He's not a
going
demon.
to bite out at you, Petros.
All right.
I'm gonna hit him with
I'm
an
gonna go ahead
arrow.
and jump
I
out
hope.
of Fantasy Grounds and come back in
Okay.
because I've
Yep,
lost
you
the
loose
chat
an
too
arrow
now.
and hit. Okay.
Nice.
And it will.
Did
Yeah,
he
it's still
fail?
not coming in.
Yep, he failed.
Saved
I'm gonna attack him with the
He
glaive
is
and
also
then the bonus attack.
poisoned.
Okay.
Might just have to wait for it to load.
Do I get my attack of opportunity on this thing?
Didn't say it.
So let's see.
He's a
here.
death
It's
dog. He's not a
going
demon.
to bite out at you, Petros.
All right.
I'm gonna hit him with
I'm
an
gonna go ahead
arrow.
and jump
I
out
hope.
of Fantasy Grounds and come back in
Okay.
because I've
Yep,
lost
you
the
loose
chat
an
too
arrow
now.
and hit. Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty. Braxar, you're up.
I'm gonna dive bomb the magician.
Did
Yeah,
he
it's still
fail?
not coming in.
Yep, he failed.
Saved
I'm gonna attack him
Well,
with
he's
the
not
glaive
even in
and
the
the
combat
bonus
chapter.
attack.
He said he's an innocent bystander.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he summoned a dog, so I'm gonna pick him up and slam him onto the ground so hard he can't.
Didn't say
utter
it.
another
So
word.
let's see.
He's a
here.
death dog. He's not a
To
demon.
bite out at you, Petros. So he takes note of
I'm
this
gonna hit
and
him
gives you his
with
word
an
that his
arrow.
summoning
Out of,
days are over.
Fantasy Grounds and come back in 'cause I've
At least
lost the
while
chat
you're
too
around,
now.
that is.
Bullpucky.
Alrighty. Braxar, you're up.
I'm gonna dive bomb the magician.
Did he fail?
Alright, Petros, whenever you get
I'm
in.
gonna attack him
Well,
with
he's
the
not
glaive
even in
and
the
the bonus
combat
attack.
chapter. He said he's an innocent bystander.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna go
All
well, he
right,
summoned a
just
dog,
loading it
so
up.
I'm gonna pick him up and slam him
Alrighty.
onto the ground so hard he can't utter another word.
He's beginning to think that these people are just innocent and weird things happen.
So
when
he
you're
he
around
takes
them.
note of
I'm
this
gonna hit
and
him
gives you his
with
word
an
that
arrow.
his summoning
All right, I
days
see the
are
map
over.
now, so we're good.
At least while you're around, that is.
I will attack him.
Bullpucky.
Let me target him.
Alrighty. Braxar, you're up.
I'm gonna dive bomb the magician.
Does he have advantage
Petros,
from
whenever you get
my
in.
position?
Attack him
Well,
with
he's not
the
even
He
in
glaive.
the
does,
combat
yes.
chapter. He said he's an innocent bystander.
I'm just gonna go
I'll
well,
check
he
off
summoned a
advantage
dog,
loading it
so
up.
I'm gonna
Take
pick
a
him up
swing.
and slam him
Alrighty.
onto the ground so hard he can't utter another word.
He's beginning to think that these people are just innocent and weird things happen.
So
when
he
you're
he
around
takes
them.
note of this.
I've got
and
the
gives you his
disadvantage to
word
cancel
that
it
his
out, but is that a
summoning
hit? I
days
see the
are
map
over.
now.
You have
so we're
disadvantage
good.
because you're
At
poisoned.
least
Yep.
while you're around, that is. Yeah, yeah.